Welcome to Byte-Sized Tech, where we blend casual conversations with insightful discussions on the latest in technology and gadgets. This week felt less like 7 days and more like 7 years in the world of AI.
Oh, yeah.
Seriously, like every time I refresh my newsfeed, there's another groundbreaking announcement.
It's true. It seems like there's this unwritten rule in tech. One company makes a big AI splash and everyone else scrambles to catch up.
Right, it's like a domino effect of innovation.
Yeah.
And speaking of dominoes, you wouldn't believe the chain reaction Google started this week with Gemini 2.0. It's not just another chatbot, like asking it to write a haiku about your goldfish. We're talking AI agents that roll up their sleeves and get things done.
Exactly. And to get a feel for what that really means, they released an experimental version called Gemini 2.0 Flash. It's got this amazing set of multimodal capabilities, which basically means it can handle different kinds of input and output, not just text.
So we're talking generating images on the fly, having a voice, and even using tools like Google Search directly. That's a serious upgrade from asking it to tell me a joke.
Yeah, absolutely. And you know what's really turning heads? The coding abilities are shockingly good. People are saying it rivals, even surpasses some of the expensive coding assistants out there. Plus, it has a massive context window, meaning it can remember and process a ton of information like a super-powered brain.
So no more scrolling up through pages of code to remind it what you're working on. That's a win in my book. But wait, there's more. Google also teased a whole bunch of other AI agent projects in the works.
Oh, yeah. Like deep research, which is designed for, deep research. Imagine diving into a mountain of data and having an AI sift through it all, pulling out the key insights and neatly summarizing it for you. Talk about a time saver.
That sounds like a researcher's dream. But what about something a little more everyday?
Well, there's Project Astra. Think of it as your personal AI assistant, but way cooler. It can tap into all sorts of Google services like Search Lens and Maps. It understands multiple languages and can even remember conversations for up to 10 minutes.
10 minutes. That's longer than some of my conversations. Seriously, though, that level of continuity is impressive. It's almost like having a real assistant, but without the awkward water cooler chats.
Exactly. And they're also working on something called Project Mariner. Imagine you're browsing the web, and instead of clicking through endless forms and menus, you have an AI agent that can do all that for you. Booking flights, scheduling appointments, the possibilities are endless.
Okay, that's officially on my wish list. I can already picture myself kicking back while my AI agent battles through the airline's website to find me the best deal. But hold on. Google's not just about making our lives easier. They're also looking at how AI can change the way we play. They're even developing AI agents that can help people play and test video games.
It's like having a built-in gaming buddy who also happens to be a master strategist and bug finder. Pretty cool, right?
Definitely.
Yeah.
It makes you wonder, what can't these AI agents do? But before we get ahead of ourselves, Google wasn't the only one making waves this week. Apple finally dropped its full suite of AI features with iOS 18.2, and it's like they injected every iPhone, iPad, and Mac with Apple Intelligence.
It feels like we've been waiting forever for Apple to really jump into the AI game.
Yeah.
And it sounds like they came out swinging.
Oh, absolutely. First up, we've got Image Playground, which is basically a built-in daily-style image generator. But here's the kicker. It works seamlessly across all your Apple apps.
Yeah.
So you're texting with a friend, boom, generate a hilarious custom image right there in the conversation.
Talk about taking your meme game to the next level. I can already see people creating entire stories using just AI-generated images.
And if creating images isn't your thing, how about designing your own emojis? That's where Genmoji comes in. You can describe what you want, use a photo as inspiration, and boom, you've got a custom emoji that nobody else has.
I can't wait to see the creative emojis people come up with. I bet we'll see some truly unique and personalized creations.
Oh, yeah.
Speaking of creative, what about those of us who like to doodle? Apple didn't forget about you. They've got something called Image Wand.
Oh, yeah. Image Wand takes your rough sketches and turns them into polished artwork. And get this, it can even generate images based on your notes. So imagine you're jotting down ideas for a project, and suddenly you have AI-generated visuals to accompany your thoughts.
That's amazing. It's like having an AI brainstorming partner that can visualize your ideas in real time. I can see that being incredibly useful for presentations or even just getting your creative juices flowing. But what about something a bit more practical? Like, what if we could just point our phone at something and get instant information about it?
Well, with Apple's new visual intelligence, you can. Now, this one's only available on the iPhone 16, but basically you point your camera at anything and the AI analyzes it in real time. Imagine you're traveling and see a cool landmark. Point your phone at it, and suddenly you've got information about its history, nearby restaurants,
Yeah.
you name it.
It's like having a personal tour guide in your pocket, ready to answer all your questions about the world around you. And I bet it's incredibly helpful for everyday tasks, too. Need to know what kind of plant that is in your backyard? Just point your phone at it and get instant answers.
Okay, that's officially the coolest feature ever. But Apple saved the best for last, at least in my opinion.
Right.
They're integrating ChatGPT directly into iOS. Can you believe it?
That's a game changer. No more switching between apps or copying and pasting text.
Right.
You've got the power of ChatGPT right there at your fingertips, ready to answer your questions, write your emails, and even generate code.
I'm really curious to see how people use this in their daily lives.
Me too. And the best part is it's super easy to use. You can either say Ask ChatGPT or just double tap the command key on your keyboard. And don't worry about needing a ChatGPT account. You don't. Plus, Apple is really taking privacy seriously with this integration. Your IP address is hidden and no data is stored, so you can chat with ChatGPT without worrying about Big Brother watching. So you can ask all your burning questions, even the embarrassing ones, without worrying about your privacy being compromised. I love that Apple is prioritizing user privacy like this. But wait, there's more. They've gone even further with the integration. You can actually use your iPhone's camera to ask ChatGPT visual questions.
Oh, right. Like, what kind of flour is this? Or what ingredients are in this dish? It's like having an AI-powered detective right there in your pocket, ready to analyze the world around you.
And if you want to dive deeper into a conversation or ask more complex questions, you can seamlessly switch over to the full ChatGPT app with just one tap. They even released a video showcasing some of the things you can do with this integration, and it's mind-blowing.
Oh, I saw that. They showed how you can use ChatGPT to instantly analyze a dense 49-page document, which would normally take a human hours to read and comprehend. They also demonstrated how you can generate a pie chart from technical analysis data and even use your camera for real-time object analysis. It's really powerful stuff.
It is. And the fact that it's all accessible right there on your iPhone or Mac is just incredible. It really shows how quickly this technology is advancing and becoming integrated into our everyday lives.
It's true. And we're not even done yet. We still have to talk about Meta's Llama 3.3, which is generating a lot of buzz in the AI community.
This one is fascinating because it basically delivers GPT-4 level performance, but get this, it can run on your laptop.
You're not kidding. It's currently ranked #19 on LiveBench, which means it's already beating some of the top AI models out there. And all of this is running on a regular computer, not some massive server farm.
One developer even got it running on his 64 GB MacBook Pro, which just blows my mind. It shows that powerful AI isn't just for big companies anymore. You as an independent developer could have the power of GPT-4 at your fingertips. Imagine the apps you could build, the problems you could solve. The playing field is leveling.
That's a game changer. And speaking of games, Llama 3.3 isn't just about crunching numbers. It can write complete web applications from scratch, generate SVG graphics, and handle some seriously complex reasoning tasks.
It's truly impressive what they've accomplished with this model, and the best part is that it's super accessible. If you want to try it out yourself, you can download the LM Studio app and start using it right away. Just be aware that the model takes up about 42 GB of storage space.
So maybe clear some space on your hard drive before you dive in. But if you're serious about exploring the capabilities of AI, it sounds like Llama 3.3 is definitely worth the download. It's amazing to think that we can now run such powerful AI models on our personal computers. Just a few years ago, this would have been unimaginable.
It really speaks to how quickly this field is evolving. And it's not just the technology itself, it's also the way it's being used. We're seeing AI being applied in ways that are changing how we work, create, and interact with the world.
Speaking of which, there's a really interesting real-world example of this happening right now in a somewhat unexpected industry. Have you heard about what's going on with OnlyFans models?
You mean the ones using AI chatters?
Exactly. Apparently, some OnlyFans models are now using AI chatbots to handle conversations with their fans. It's a task that used to be done by human chatters, but now AI is taking over.
It's a fascinating, albeit slightly controversial example of how AI is impacting the job market. It raises some important questions about the future of work and the kinds of jobs that will be automated in the years to come. But at least some jobs are safe. For now.
It definitely does.
Yeah.
While it's a specific example, it points to a much larger trend. As AI becomes more sophisticated, we're likely to see it take over more and more tasks that are currently performed by humans.
And it's not just about replacing jobs entirely. It's also about augmenting human capabilities. Think about all the tasks we do on a daily basis that could be made easier and more efficient with the help of AI.
Like scheduling meetings, writing emails, even generating creative content. The possibilities really are endless. But it also makes you wonder what happens when AI gets too good.
That's the million-dollar question, isn't it? And it's one that we need to be thinking about seriously. It's not about fear-mongering, but rather about being prepared and adaptable. We need to focus on developing skills that complement AI rather than trying to compete with it directly. Things like creativity, critical thinking, and complex problem solving. Those are areas where humans will continue to have an edge, even as AI gets more powerful.
That's a great point. It's not about humans versus AI, but rather humans and AI working together. We can leverage AI to automate tedious tasks, analyze vast amounts of data, and provide insights that would be difficult or impossible for humans to achieve on their own. But we still need human judgment and ingenuity to guide the way, make ethical decisions, and ensure that AI is used for good.
Exactly. It's a partnership, not a replacement. And the more we understand about AI, the better equipped we'll be to navigate this rapidly changing landscape. Who knows what amazing breakthroughs are just around the corner?
This whole week has been absolutely mind-blowing. So much has happened in the AI world in such a short amount of time. It makes you wonder what next week will bring. What stands out to you the most from all these announcements? Is it the sheer power of these new models, the increased accessibility, or perhaps the potential impact on the job market? It's definitely something to ponder as we continue to explore the ever-evolving landscape of artificial intelligence.
For me, it's the convergence of these advancements. We're seeing increasingly powerful models becoming more accessible while at the same time being integrated into the tools and devices we use every day. This combination is what's truly game-changing and will accelerate the adoption of AI across all aspects of our lives. It's not just about having powerful AI, it's about having powerful AI that's easy to use and readily available. That's what will unlock the true potential of this technology.
I think that's a great point. It's not just about the raw power. It's about the usability and integration. That's what makes these advancements so impactful. It's like the early days of the internet. The technology was there, but it wasn't until it became user-friendly and accessible that it truly revolutionized the world. We might be at a similar inflection point with AI right now. It's definitely something to keep in mind as we move forward. And on that note, I think it's time we wrap up this deep dive into the whirlwind world of AI.
Agreed. It's been quite a journey, and it's only going to get more exciting from here.
Thanks for tuning in to Byte-Sized Tech. If you enjoyed the episode, like, comment, share, and subscribe for more fun tech discussions.
It really does feel like we're on the verge of something extraordinary. This week's announcements have been so groundbreaking, and it makes you wonder what's coming next.
I know, right? It's like every company is trying to outdo each other with bigger and better AI. But speaking of outdoing, did you see that Google's Gemini 2.0 is already making waves? Apparently, the coding capabilities are off the charts.
Oh, absolutely. People are saying it's on par with or even better than some of the pricier coding assistants out there. And when you consider that it's integrated with Google Search and has this massive context window, it's no surprise that developers are excited.
I can just imagine the possibilities. You could literally ask it to find a specific code snippet online, analyze it, and then adapt it to your project, all without leaving your coding environment. Talk about a time saver. But what about those of us who aren't coding wizards? What does all this AI advancement mean for the average person?
That's a great question. And I think that's where Apple's announcements really shine. They're focusing on making AI accessible and integrated into everyday tasks in a way that feels natural and intuitive.
You mean like their new visual intelligence feature? The one where you can
Right.
point your iPhone 16's camera at something and get instant information about it?
Exactly. It's like having an AI-powered encyclopedia right there in your pocket. Need to know what kind of flower that is in your garden? Just point your phone at it and get an instant identification. Or imagine you're traveling and see a landmark you're curious about. Point your phone, and suddenly you have all the historical details, nearby restaurants, everything you need to know.
Okay, that's officially my favorite feature. It's like they took the concept of Google Lens and cranked it up to 11. But let's not forget about Image Playground and Genmoji. Those are pretty game-changing for anyone who loves to express themselves visually.
Oh, absolutely. Being able to generate custom images and emojis right there in your messaging apps or social media feeds opens up a whole new world of creative possibilities. And I think it's going to be fascinating to see how people use these tools to personalize their digital communication.
You know, it's funny. We're talking about all these amazing AI advancements, but just a few years ago, this stuff would have sounded like science fiction. Now it's becoming part of our daily lives.
It's true. The pace of innovation in this field is simply astonishing. And it really makes you wonder what's going to happen next. What other areas of our lives will be transformed by AI?
Well, one area that's already being impacted is the job market. We talked about the OnlyFans models using AI chatters, but that's just one example. As AI gets more sophisticated, we're likely to see it take over more and more tasks that are currently performed by humans.
That's a valid concern, and it's something we need to be thinking about seriously. But I think it's important to remember that AI isn't just about replacing jobs. It's also about creating new opportunities and augmenting human capabilities.
That's a good point.
Yeah.
It's not about humans versus AI, but rather humans and AI working together. We can leverage AI to automate tedious tasks, analyze vast amounts of data, and provide insights that would be difficult or impossible for humans to achieve on their own.
Exactly. It's a partnership, not a replacement. And I think that the key to thriving in this AI-powered future is to focus on developing skills that complement AI rather than trying to compete with it directly.
So things like creativity, critical thinking, and complex problem solving, those are areas where humans will continue to have an edge even as AI becomes more powerful.
Absolutely. Those are the skills that will allow us to harness the power of AI while still maintaining our uniquely human abilities. And I think that's a really exciting prospect.
I agree. It's like we're entering a new era of human-machine collaboration where we can leverage the strengths of both to achieve incredible things. But with all this talk about AI taking over jobs, it's easy to get caught up in the doom and gloom. What are some of the positive ways AI could impact our lives?
Well, think about healthcare. AI could help doctors diagnose diseases earlier and more accurately, leading to better treatment outcomes. It could also help researchers develop new drugs and therapies at a much faster pace. Or think about education. AI could personalize learning experiences for each student, catering to their individual needs and learning styles. It could also provide real-time feedback and support, helping students overcome challenges and achieve their full potential.
Wow, that's amazing. Sounds like AI has the potential to revolutionize so many different industries, not just tech.
It really does, and I think we're only scratching the surface of what's possible. As AI continues to evolve, we're going to see even more innovative and transformative applications emerge.
And that's what makes this whole field so exciting. It's like we're on the cusp of a new technological revolution, and the possibilities are endless. But with all these advancements happening so quickly, it can be hard to keep up.
Uh-huh.
What are some of the key takeaways you think people should remember from this week's AI news?
Well, I think one of the most important takeaways is that AI is becoming increasingly accessible. It's no longer just a tool for big tech companies or research labs. With models like Llama 3.3 that can run on your laptop, anyone can now explore and experiment with the power of AI.
That's a really empowering thought. It's like the democratization of AI is happening right before our eyes.
Exactly. And I think that's going to lead to a surge in innovation as more people get their hands on these tools and start experimenting with new applications.
Another key takeaway is that AI is becoming increasingly integrated into our everyday lives, whether it's through our smartphones, our computers, or even our cars. AI is subtly influencing our experiences and making our lives easier, more efficient, and more enjoyable.
You're absolutely right. And I think that trend is only going to continue as AI becomes more sophisticated and ubiquitous.
Yeah.
We're going to see AI seamlessly woven into the fabric of our lives, augmenting our abilities and enhancing our experiences in ways we can't even imagine yet.
It's almost like AI is becoming an extension of ourselves, a tool that amplifies our human potential.
I love that analogy, and I think it perfectly captures the essence of what's happening. We're not creating AI to replace ourselves, but we're creating it to help us become more, to push the boundaries of what's possible for humanity. And that's what makes this whole journey so incredibly exciting and inspiring.
It truly is. And I can't wait to see what the future holds for AI and for all of us who are along for the ride.
Me neither. It's going to be an amazing adventure. And on that note, I think it's time we wrap up this deep dive into the incredible world of AI.
I agree. It's been a mind-blowing conversation, and I hope our listeners have enjoyed it as much as we have.
I'm sure they have. And I can't wait to see what they create and accomplish with these powerful new AI tools.
Thanks for tuning in to Byte-Sized Tech. If you enjoyed the episode, like, comment, share, and subscribe for more fun tech discussions.
It's incredible to think about how much the AI landscape has shifted in just a single week. It's like we went from 0 to 60 in the blink of an eye.
I know, right? It feels like we're living in a sci-fi movie, but the special effects are actually real this time. And what's even more amazing is how each of these companies seems to be pushing the others forward. Like Google drops Gemini 2.0 with all its agent superpowers. Then Apple counters with their own AI features and throws in ChatGPT integration for good measure.
Yeah.
It's like a friendly competition, but with incredibly high stakes, the future of technology.
You hit the nail on the head. It's that competitive spirit that's driving innovation at this breakneck speed. They're all vying to create the most powerful, versatile, and user-friendly AI. And ultimately, it's us, the users, who benefit from this race to the top.
Right.
But it does make you wonder what happens when AI gets too good. I mean, we already talked about OnlyFans models using AI chatters, and that raised some eyebrows.
Uh-huh.
What other jobs could be on the line as these models become even more sophisticated?
That's the million-dollar question, isn't it?
Mhm.
And honestly, it's one that we can't afford to ignore.
Right.
It's not about being afraid of AI or trying to stop progress, but rather about acknowledging the potential impact and being prepared to adapt.
Hmm.
Instead of focusing on jobs that AI might replace,
Hmm.
maybe we should be thinking about the skills that will complement AI, the things that makes us uniquely human.
I completely agree. It's not about humans versus AI, but rather humans and AI working together. Think about it. AI excels at things like processing massive data sets, identifying patterns, and automating routine tasks.
Mm-hmm.
That frees us up to focus on things that AI struggles with: creativity, critical thinking, complex problem solving, those uniquely human skills that require intuition, empathy, and a nuanced understanding of the world.
So it's not about fearing the robot uprising, but about figuring out how to dance with the robots, so to speak, right? I mean, imagine a world where AI handles all the tedious paperwork schedules, all the meetings, and even drafts our emails. That would leave us with so much more time and energy to focus on the things that truly matter, the things that make us feel alive and fulfilled.
That's a beautiful way to put it. It's not about being replaced, but about being empowered, about using AI as a tool to amplify our human potential. And who knows, maybe this collaboration will lead to breakthroughs we can't even imagine right now. Maybe AI will help us solve climate change, cure diseases, even explore the vastness of space. The possibilities are truly endless when we combine the power of human ingenuity with the efficiency and insights of AI.
It's mind-blowing to think about the potential, isn't it? But it's also a bit daunting. I mean, how do we prepare ourselves and future generations for this AI-powered world? Where do we even begin?
Well, I think the first step is education. We need to start teaching kids about AI from a young age, not just the technical aspects, but also the ethical considerations, the societal impact, the potential benefits and challenges. We need to equip them with the critical thinking skills to navigate this rapidly changing landscape and the creativity to leverage AI as a tool for positive change.
That makes sense. And it's not just about kids, it's about all of us. We need to stay curious, keep learning, and adapt to the new opportunities and challenges that AI presents. It's like we're all students in this massive global classroom learning about AI as it evolves and figuring out how to shape its future.
I love that analogy. And it's so true. We're all in this together, learning and adapting as we go. And who knows, maybe that shared journey of discovery is what will ultimately bring us closer together as a species, united by our curiosity, our ingenuity, and our shared desire to create a better world for ourselves and future generations.
What a hopeful and inspiring thought. And on that note, I think it's time to wrap up this deep dive into the whirlwind world of AI. It's been an incredible journey filled with mind-blowing advancements, thought-provoking questions, and a sense of wonder about what's to come. But one thing's for sure, this conversation is far from over. As AI continues to evolve, so will our understanding of its potential and our responsibility to shape its future.
Beautifully said. And I can't wait to see what the next chapter holds. Who knows, maybe we'll be back here next week unpacking another set of groundbreaking AI announcements, marveling at the ingenuity of human innovation, and pondering the profound impact of this technology on our lives, our world, and our future.
Thanks for tuning into Byte-Sized Tech. If you enjoyed the episode, like, comment, share, and subscribe for more fun tech discussions.